Hi, everyone. So, Flash, episode 12, season 5. So, we got some stuff to talk about here. Uh, so, first off, Nora. So, we've been having some stuff with her, Reverse Flash, all that. We're also going into, Sherlock Wells. He's figuring out little by little Nora's secret. You know, a lot of people kind of, complain, like, why didn't Sherlock, rat out Nora right then and there? Well, simple. It's because he doesn't fully know yet. He wants to figure out everything first. So, I think another thing that very interesting. They Sherlock got a machine to go into dreams, which was Jarvis Tetch's, machine, the Mad Hatter, and he talked about how the Mad Hatter kind of went insane, like his brain damaged. Mad Hatter is obsessed with Alice in the comics. There's also there was also the Flash Museum, which was really cool. So this one wasn't like a groundbreaking episode, really. So this was mostly just learning about, the niece, because apparently the niece is really into Cicada doing what he's doing, and I did not expect that. What a turn of events, huh? Like, what an interesting choice to do for that story. And I really liked her, the vision of herself is her uncle is Cicada, he is a hero, and she imagines as her, you know, uh, her I don't know what it's called. I hate when you have that word, you know the name, but keep trying to find your head. The defense mechanism in her dream. I like that it was herself as Cicada. Very interesting. And she seems to be connected to Cicada in some way. So, which is interesting. Now could this be that they talked about how Cicada is killing metas in the future. So even after Flash is gone, could it be they stop Cicada and then they Cicada, his niece grows up to be Cicada? That would be interesting. It's a legacy character, just like Black Canary. So it'd be an interesting way to do it. I think another thing I think I really liked was the Flash Museum. Like there were like you can really buy all that stuff. Like every like prop in the Flash Museum, like you can really buy all those. Like those were all real things you could buy. So I've thought about buying. Like I want to buy most of those action figures. They actually had a Flash Rebirth comic I've been checking out lately because I don't own any comics. I wish I did. Don't suppose there's anyone who wants to send over some comics for me to read. I'm just kidding. But although I want to. But anyway, in all seriousness, the the Flash Museum was cool. I like when Caitlin and Sherlock called Barry and Iris up. It was the actual Flash theme song. That was interesting. Um, Another thing too is I think one thing I really liked was at the beginning when they're doing the ice skate, Killer Frost's sweater is the costume, like her actual Killer Frost costume design from the comics. That was so cool. It kind of reminded me of DC Bombshells or Shells. Ugh. So yeah, that was really cool to see. Um, Another thing is Ralph and Cisco. Iris starting the paper a little early. You know, she's going to need a photographer. They seem to be setting this up with the bartender they have with, you know, Cisco. There's probably some little love going on. So, you know. And another thing to talk about probably is, you know, just the sheer fact that Sherlock, you know, or not Sherlock, I'm sorry. Just the sheer fact that they mentioned Red Death. So, if you guys aren't familiar, this was a storyline that was created back last year in 2018, which is the Dark Multiverse Saga. It's Batman Metal, which is the multiverse of evil Batman. And Red Death, Bruce Wayne Batman, you know, like all his Robins die and like they're permanently dead. So he goes evil, kills the Flash's villains, takes their weapons to take down Flash, takes down Flash, and then straps Flash to the hood of the Batmobile, drives into the Speed Force, and became Batman Red Death. So if we're getting Red Death as a villain, which I made a whole theory video about, I made a whole theory about who Red Death could be, because there's no way they do Bruce Wayne. So that'd be very shocking if they did, but there's no way they're going to. So if they're doing Red Death, it's gotta be someone who's, you know, an alternate, you know, version of someone. And you know, I talked about in the theory. I actually didn't talk about this part, so I'll talk a little bit about my theory. My theory is it's going to be Oliver Queen if they do it. One of the theories, I just realized it. You know, he became Flash this crossover. So, which I know that doesn't indicate anything, but, you know, just saying. Oliver really liked being the speedster, so they have that moment in the bar. So, you know, I have a whole theory video about, you know, why I think it's Oliver Queen going to be Red Death in season 6 of Flash if they're doing Red Death. Another thing to talk about too, it's being rumored that, I don't know if you guys heard the rumor, but it's being rumored that they're pushing the Crisis of Infinite Earths storyline like quicker because they don't know if they're going to get renewed after next year. I know the shows just got renewed. I'm talking about next year, though. They don't know if they're getting renewed next year. So we might be losing a lot of our shows. Honestly, if we were going to lose some shows, I wouldn't mind losing Arrow and Legends. So I gave my opinion on Legends in a different video. Arrow is just a bit more complicated. You know, Oliver not, you know, really having the secret identity anymore, not really wearing the costume as much. You know, we seem to be setting up the sister to be just like him. So, but I'm going to talk about that Green Arrow theory in a whole nother video. But, you know, in this episode, they, you know, made Iris do the paper sooner. And they gave, you know, it says 2019 now when she started the paper. So time's moving quicker. So Crisis of Infinite Earths is moving quicker. So, you know. But yeah, so I mean, there wasn't really much to talk about in this episode, really, other than that. I'm curious to see what they're going to do with Cicada. They seem to be planning to give Cicada the Medicure, which I don't know if that's going to work because really it's just a Meditech he's connected to. So, but you know, it could work. So, anyway, that's really my only things to talk about for this episode. So, if you like this video, please hit that like button. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can. I'll leave a link down in the description below. I will leave also a link to my Patreon. If you want to donate that, you don't have to. So, but it helps out the channel, it helps me. So, anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a good day. And please leave a comment on what your thoughts were about this episode. Again, have a good night.